Melitta Ngalonkulu, good afternoon to you. And some respite, you'll tell us in just a moment, for restaurant owners who've been impacted by COVID-19 and want to claim damages.
Yes, this appears to be precedent-setting, Jeremy. The Supreme Court of Appeal has ordered insurer Guardrisk to pay Cape Town restaurants lockdown insurance claims. The court found that the lockdown is a covered event because the outbreak of COVID-19 caused interruption of Café Chameleon's business. The restaurant's attorney, Ren Dunster, now joins us. Ren, many thanks for your time. You already had a court victory as early as July on this issue. Yet Guardrisk felt they still had merit, hence the court battle continued. What did the Supreme Court ruling ultimately boil down to?
Well, the argument has been that insurers were giving cover for losses from the outbreak of the disease, but that the national lockdown were excluded. So essentially they were saying, listen, we don't owe you any indemnification or any money where you've suffered because of the national lockdown. Our policy doesn't insure a national lockdown. It only insures an outbreak of a disease. And to take that further, the Supreme Court of Appeal has now ruled on that and said, look, you can't separate the national lockdown from the outbreak of the disease. They are connected, and insurers must indemnify their clients on the wording of our policy and similar policies.
The judge pointed out that Guardrisk changed its argument at times. What was that about?
Well, I think they had some arguments in the initial court, and they raised some, which they didn't persist with, and they raised some new arguments in the SCA. I must say that just prior to coming on air, I've read an article online that Guardrisk have committed to stand by the judgment. So that's only happened in the last 5 minutes. So, I've got to take my hat off to Guardrisk. They said that they were going to take it to the SCA to get legal clarity on the definition of this clause. We feel that the SCA's judgment is crystal clear, and it's obvious that Guardrisk agree with us. So they've stood by their word. I've only found out in the last 5 minutes. So that is great news for everyone with the Guardrisk policy or similar facts. It looks like Walter Cronier from Guardrisk, the head of their insurance department, has confirmed that they're going to look after their clients. So that's great news for us.
So Café Chameleon is now awaiting the full payments of its claim. What numbers are we looking at here, and what will Café Chameleon remedy with this payout?
Well, our exact figures must be finally tabulated. The joy is that we are going to have indemnity. We are going to have a payout. We must go carefully through our figures. It's largely an accounting issue. We look at how much we would have made over the year. I don't want to get into the technical figures, but we will produce a final figure to Guardrisk, and it looks like they're coming to the party and are going to start looking after their clients. So it's quite exciting.